Hey all, and this is the Graveyard of Stone event. This is an Earth Slayer event and Chaotic Killer. So Earth Slayer is pretty much my weakest type of event. For that reason, I will probably use my water teams for most of it. However, I have started working on an Earth Slayer team. Once I see what's in the Drillfist store later on, I might be able to work around this and hopefully make it decent. But let's go through the teams, starting with the water team. I've used this in plenty of previous videos. I will go through it again anyway. So starting with Holiday Saints, this is a Chaotic Killer card, which is always useful. It has the killer skill needed for this event. Gives the next water hero to activate their battle skill a 500% damage buff. Then combined with Multiboss Masters, this has a 150% damage buff for any card, both used to boost up Sovereigns of the Dance. Also has a self-damage buff, increases self-damage by 300%. Then for the other two cards, for Hala's Vanguard, this fills up the whole board with water power gems when ambushing. You can see here, 20 additional water power gem level 7s, which is quite nice. Then 2 Hour Day, hopefully I said that correctly. This is quite useful as it creates the water power gems at the start. You can see the passive creates 12 water power gem level 6s. So that's helpful to get all the skills active on the very first turn. Then for the relics, left to right, nothing overly special about these, but I just have my best Water Slayer relics with one that breaks the shields. Since this is not used for the Umbral bosses, I don't really need to break all the shields, just the one relic is enough. And there we go, Cater's Bow at the end. I always like Cater's Bow or other legend relics, percentage increase to attack, plus it does create water gems at the start. You can see here, all relics which create water gems now create one additional water gem. So yeah, quite a good relic actually. Right, so let's move on to the second variant of this team. I'm sure you've all seen this before, but as with the previous team, I might as well go through it again quickly. I put Wave Breakers on this team. Creates 8 water power gem level 6s, also increases Water Slayer attack, you can see here. Then this team has high performance unit area with the supercharged buff. That, along with Multiboss Masters, you can see here, and Holiday Saints. This has a 500% damage buff for the next water hero, plus the 150% damage buff on Multiboss Masters. Both used with area to boost up Sovereigns of the Dance again. So yeah, slight variant on the previous team. It relies on getting supercharged up, so you have to wait at least 2 turns before you can get this team going. I may swap Wave Breakers for something else though. I thought I'd just make up something different with this team. This is also a useful card if you're looking for an older card that has the killer skill, since it's Chaotic Killer. Then for the relics, slightly different. Since this is more for the Umbral bosses or locked bosses, I need to break all of the shields. So we have this relic again that breaks the 2 chaotic shield plus 1 per Water Slayer ultimate hero on the team. Then another chaotic killer relic that just breaks the 3 shields, that's enough. Then just my best Water Slayer relics basically, with Cater's Bow mixed in there as well. So yeah, nothing too exciting about that. But that's the relics I'm using with this team. Right, so let's move on to my Earth Slayer team. This does need a bit of work. I think once I see what the Drillfist offer is, I might be able to improve this team. The first 3 cards though are kind of essential for this team. I might be able to swap the 4th one though for something better. Multiboss Masters again gives the next hero to use their battle skill a 150% damage buff. Earthen Drakes, this is the key hitting card of this team. It's also Immortal Killer, so I might be able to use High Performance Unit Area with this team, in which case I will basically make a replica of the previous Water Slayer team you saw. It upgrades all Earth Power Gems by 1 rank and increases self-damage by 150%. So what I want to do here is level it up, then awaken it. That will then hopefully be a pretty decent card. Seabound Wayfarers. This is kind of essential for the team as it converts the Dark Gems into Earth Gems. Protectors of Prosperity. This has a really good increase to Earth Slayer attack. You can see 2000%. Then Intrepid Voyagers, the only Earth Slayer reasonably modern-ish card that has the killer skill. Well, it's not really modern, but yeah, I only have 2 Earth Slayer ultimate forms that are Chaotic Killer. So I kind of have to use one of them. It's not a very good card, but it is what it is. So what I could do with this team for other events is probably swap out the end card, since that's the weakest card by an absolute mile. But you can see it's the template for a semi-decent team. I could also try this. I think I just mentioned it. I will show you what I mean though by swapping out one of the cards. Here we go. Eerie is now on the team. As I mentioned, this card is Immortal Killer, so I could try boosting it up by both Metaverse Masters and High Performance Unit Area. Then see what sort of damage I deal with this team. So yeah, I think I'm going to make up another team to go with this. One with Area, one without. Then test them out in the next part of the video, which is coming up now. Here we go. So here is the actual event. Again, we have multi-bosses. I'm not going to go into too many details about these. It's a little bit annoying though. Even if you have one card that's already used on the team, you can't attack the boss again. So you do have to make up 5 completely different teams for these bosses. Or, in my instance, I'm just going to ignore them. I just think they are a complete waste of time. I don't know why they're still in the game. I just think they're more annoying than anything. There's also Ultimates again, but I'm not going to be focusing on them. I didn't attack the level 1 Ultimate and now it's basically disappeared. We also have a smaller than usual Legends League. Last time around there were around 400 players in Legends. Now the leagues are actually normal size. So here's an Inferno. I'm just going to try hitting this with the Earth team. First Earth Slayer team. Here we go. These are the sorts of bosses I will be hitting with this team. Ones that are not locked. You can see here it works on turn 0. The second card doesn't really do anything though, unfortunately, as there's no Earth gems to upgrade at that point. Then just do something like this and hit. Keep an eye on the second card, 6.8Q. That's not actually too bad. I'm quite surprised actually. That got me 20% on the Radiant. So that's a semi-decent option as a turn 0 deck. You can see here though, the whole event is annoying. It scrolls you back up to the top every single time you defeat a boss. Then you have to scroll back down to the bottom. It's also really laggy. Sometimes the bosses don't even close when you press the X. The event is a bit of a nightmare, so yeah, I'm not really going to be playing this event that much. But I do have a locked boss, or should I say one of my own bosses. It will be locked in a minute anyway. So let's give that a go. I will try my other team this time around after I have locked it. Right, so let's go ahead and give this a go and see if it works. This is the first time I have tried this team, so I have no idea what sort of damage it will deal. I think on the very first turn, use Metaverse Masters. I think you have to be a bit careful with this team, though, so you get enough Earth Gems as well. Oh, that's nice. They passively spawn. Right, this should actually work, believe it or not. Again, keep an eye on the damage of the second card. It also has Dispel Toxin, which is making this a semi-decent team, actually. Let's see. There's quite a few loose power gems. Again, keep an eye on that second card. This is where the damage should be at. And that makes no sense. Why is the damage so low? I'm going to need to mess about with this team. I don't know why the damage was so low there, but that's not right at all. Yeah, that was a bit disappointing. I thought that was going to do huge damage, then for some reason, it did nothing. I'm not really sure why either. Need to think about that. Yeah, that's a bit confusing. I will kill it with my water team, though. I know my Water Slayer team works, as I've used it in many other events, as you've all seen. So yeah, I have a team that can take care of lower value bosses now out of Earth cards, but my Water Slayer team is still going to be the best option, I would have thought, for most of the bosses. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not really planning to play this event. That's all I've got to say, considering all the bugs as well. It's not making it that fun, but let's try 3, 4, 5, 1. Keep an eye on Dance... Oh no, not Dance of the Departed. Sovereigns of the Dance. The damage on that card. See how much it does. You can see 19.6Q. That's considerably better than my Earth team, but still not amazing damage, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's not going to be an easy event for me to try and stay in Legends. I might be able to manage it. There's also Toxin as well. I might need to swap that first card for something else. I think it's delaying the enemy's turn occasionally, making it a bit awkward. Unfortunately now, Toxin has blocked Iria as well. Alright, I'm going to try again with the Earth Slayer team, as I don't think I had the killer skill on the team, which explains the low damage. I don't think it's going to do too much more than, say, 10Q, but I think it's worth another go. Right, so turn 0, I think match the Earth Gems, then on the next turn use Metaverse to get Iria going. I think that's the way to use this team. Hopefully the boss won't die before I get in my attack. I'm hoping I can make something work out of this. My Earth Slayer teams are pretty poor. Let's see what this does anyway. If the damage is not very good now, I will move on. Keep an eye on this card, Earthen Drakes, for the damage. Let's see. Yeah. Only 3.4Q still. It's disappointing. I was expecting it to do a lot more, and now it's been hit by Toxin as well. It was worth another try, I guess. But yeah, this team still needs work, basically. So I'm going to quit out at this point. But yeah, that gives an idea of what teams I have for the event and what sort of damage they can do. Hopefully you can all make up better teams than this, though, with a bit of luck. Right, so we do have the Multiboss Leaderboard again. If we have a quick look at this, you will see the rewards are kind of strange, actually. In some ways, it might be better to finish in the 1,000 plus over finishing in the silver. I know that sounds weird, but it's a Dragoon Emerald versus Arisen Shards. So I think the Emerald might be more useful in some ways. But anyway, that's just my opinion. I will finish where I finish. It doesn't matter too much what I get. Right, so you saw Ultimates and those annoying multi-bosses covered in previous videos. I'm not going to focus on them again in this video since my teams are pretty poor. So let's move on to the collection. It is a Dragoon collection. This is one of the better collections in my opinion. Lots of decent stuff there, so even if you're not planning to play the event, just get this collection done. It only takes a few hours. Right, there we go. So we should see some Dragoons as well. Probably all... Oh my goodness, how old is that? That's like one of the first Dragoons that was in the game. Crikey. Right. It's the same Okay, so those will be sold for dust. That's really disappointing. I thought it might give you something at least semi-usable from that, but no. It's a ridiculously old Dragoon that might as well be sold. Right, and now to go and claim the 6-star hero. Alright, I can actually make this deck. I'm not going to though. I'm going to focus on the next deck, depending on what it is. I didn't like the Dark Commander deck, so I may possibly get the Water Slayer deck. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to decide, but I think it's possible the Earth Slayer deck may help my team. I'll just have a very quick look at this. It is a pretty strong deck. It's another self-damage buff deck, though. The next Earth Slayer heroes activate their battle skills, so yeah, it could be useful on my team. I don't think it will allow me to do mega damage, though. Probably 20 to 30 Q at most. Anyway, let's craft this. Oh, okay, that's a old card. Either an Ultra or a Master Hero. Doesn't really help me, though. I can't make an Ultimate or increase the pink stars on it, so I think let's move on to the either Warden or Dragoon. So it should be one of those new style Dragoons in the League rewards. Let's have a quick look at it. Tilisk the Collector. So there we go, creates water power gems and a few more. This seems quite weak actually. The stats on it also look pretty low. That's a little bit confusing actually. I would be interested in seeing what it specialises into. But based on that, it's not really worth competing for unless the stats massively increase and the battle skills are a lot better. This seems pretty old, even though it's supposed to be a new style Dragoon. So yeah, that's a bit strange actually. I am a little bit confused by that. So to finish, let's have a look at the news feed. You probably just saw, but the Ultimate Pink Star Challenge is back. I think that's a complete and utter waste of time. If you're not online early, then you have very little chance of winning. So it favours those that are online at reset. Really unfair, completely pointless. Here's the new Dragoons, though, mentioned in the newsfeed. Dragoons with the power of Ultimates. I don't really get it, though, as Dragoons were already having Ultimate form skills, so yeah, this is a bit strange. It could be interesting later on. I think they're starting with the early Ultimate forms. Then moving on to the later ones. The one for this event didn't seem that good. But yeah, you can all read this for yourselves. You can reforge old Dragoons as well by the looks of it. I don't recommend doing that though, as you will lose the pink stars. But yeah, it's interesting, but I can't see too much point in this. It seems very similar to what it already was. But never mind, let's have a proper look at the event ultimate form. All I've been doing is buying tier 1 of the vault packs. But yeah, you've already seen this earlier on. Battle Worn at Braves. Creates 14 Earth Power Gem level 8s, then gains the bonus attack. So yeah, you can use this to boost up another card or boost up itself. Since it increases self damage, it's not a bad card. A commander card recently had this battle skill as well, a similar battle skill anyway, plus the bonus attack as well on it. It's not an event ultimate form I will be going for though, since I don't like Earth Slayer. And then the 2 individual cards. Gain the bonus attack buff and increases self damage. That's not going to be much use, unfortunately, since it's not an ultimate form. This will be more useful though, gives the next hero or next Earth Slayer hero to activate their battle skill a 100% damage buff. So yeah, normally I would say the ultra rare is the better card, but in this instance the master hero is better in my opinion. And if you can only get one card, go for that. But there we go, that marks the end of this video. I hope that was helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions regarding this video, please let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, giving it a like and subscribing is always appreciated. Thank you to those that have already subscribed. You can check out the previous event video on the screen right now, plus a playlist with all my Legendary Game of Heroes videos in it, plus you can subscribe here as well if you want to. And thanks for watching.